Tension is building in the Tour de France, both between Jonas Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar, and seemingly within the Jumbo-Visma team, specifically with Wout van Aert and Jonas Vingegaard. On site, San Sebastian, in the northern part of Spain, in the Basque Country, here along the coast, where Ernest Hemingway wrote, "Part of the sun also rises." But today it was a stage victory, stage 2, for Frenchman Victor Lefebvre from Team Cofidis. Let's talk about Tadej Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard. They were going at it on the key climb here to the finish in San Sebastian, over the Haskabel, which features in the Classica San Sebastian each year, where they go the other direction. Up at the top, Simon Yates starts the accelerations. It was Pogacar, it was Vingegaard who followed. Crucially, it was Tadej Pogacar who got the sprint at the top of that climb ahead of Jonas Vingegaard, getting bonus seconds, getting time on last year's Tour de France winner, Jonas Vingegaard. Then at the finish, here we go, into the finish line, Victor Lefebvre sneaks off for the win, but behind, Wout van Aert gets second place. Who gets third for the third place bonus seconds? Was Tadej Pogacar. So yesterday he was only 4 seconds back, Jonas Vingegaard, from Tadej Pogacar. Now he's 11 seconds back. Pogacar gained crucial 7 seconds on the day. So in that battle, 21 stages already is tilting toward Tadej Pogacar. That crucial fight between the two. Now let's talk about what's going on in Team Jumbo-Visma, because over the top of the Haskabel, when Simon Yates attacked, we had Pog there, we also had Ving there, 3 riders. Then it was Vingegaard and Pogacar. Those 2 riders were starting to ride free, and they had some time over the others behind, and it looked like they might ride all the way to the finish line. Things came back together, however. Jumbo-Visma had around 4 riders in that group, including Wout van Aert, including Jonas Vingegaard, and Wilco Kelderman. But what some are saying is that Jumbo-Visma and Vingegaard wasn't helping Wout van Aert enough to go for the stage win and help gobble up those bonus seconds over Tadej Pogacar. And when we saw those attacks, those accelerations there towards the finish line, it was Tom Pidcock who attacked on the flat final here. We had off at the top of the Haskabel around 16 kilometers to go down here to the finish on those flats, here to the finish line, just right over that way. It was Tom Pidcock who launched an acceleration. It was Mathias Skilmos, the Danish national champion from Lidl Trek, who launched an attack. Both times it was Wout van Aert who marked the moves. Crucial energy spent that he could have used for the sprint. Maybe Wilco could have marked, maybe Jonas Vingegaard could have marked. Jumbo-Visma perhaps could have played that better there for the finish. Instead, around 750 kilometers to go, we see Victor Lefebvre, that rider who was right up there yesterday with Pogacar and Vingegaard over the climbs. The Team Cofidis rider, the Frenchman attacked, Giro stage winner, rides free for the stage victory. The first stage win for Team Cofidis since 2008. 15 years for the strong French team, but not a win in their home Grand Tour. Well, today it finally came. That was one of the winners on the day. We talked about the tension that was rising, but let's talk about the winner, Victor Lefebvre. Another winner today, Nilsen Paulus. You remember he had the polka dot jersey at the end of stage 1. Well, today he kept it and kept it in style. He went off on an escape early in the 208 kilometer stage, around about 200 kilometers to go, following the move of Egvald Bosenhagen. Remy Cavagna went with him, and the trio were free. 5 categorized climbs on the day. Nilsen Paulus picked up the top points on all 4 of those 5 climbs, heading towards the Haskabel. And then he stayed off on his own, only getting caught with 20 kilometers to go on the 8.1 kilometer slopes of the Haskabel. So an impressive ride by our American friend today from Sacramento, California. Even though he got caught, he secured enough points to keep that polka dot jersey for yet another day. And tomorrow he should keep it too, because I think there's only 1 categorized climb on offer. Let's back it up to right before the Haskabel climb, because there was a crash around about, I think, 30 kilometers to go And a big name in that crash, it was Ben O'Connor from AG2R. Also, we saw two Lotto Soudal riders. Maxime Van Gils was in that crash as well. Ben O'Connor with the team, they desperately chased back to not lose too much time on the day. And if we're looking at the time, well, it's Adam Yates, yellow jersey at the end of stage one, stage winner. He's still on top, 6 seconds over Pogacar, who gained 12 seconds in bonies today. Simon Yates there in third spot, Victor Lefebvre in fourth spot, Wout van Aert in fifth, and Jonas Vingegaard in sixth place with Mike Woods in seventh overall. As we're wrapping up the second stage in the Tour de France, the tension between Pogacar and Vingegaard, but also keep an eye out on what's happening there in Jumbo-Visma after all those attacks by Wout van Aert last year in the Tour de France. It was documented there on Netflix too, some of that tension, and it seems to be brewing again here at the Tour de France 2023.